Hello again, it's April here, and today I've got a little pangolin process video. I'm going to take you through the process from start to finish, drawing them, popping them on the computer and through Procreate, and finally getting them ready to be popped on some merch. These little guys were drawn for the IAPWA for their new campaign, and I'll tell you all about that during the video, but first let's get to the materials. So for the paper, I use the Rowney Aquafine Super Smooth Hot Press 300 GSM watercolor paper. It's a little bit of a mouthful, but I get asked about this paper quite a lot because I used it all during Burbfest. And it's really lovely paper. Today I'm just using it with some markers, but I can take pretty much all media well, in my experience. I've only been using it for a couple of months, but it's pretty cool. So to start with, I'm just sketching out some pangolins. I got some images from, Pinterest, Google, the usual suspects, trying to avoid the the internal affairs, no, the AI, the artificial intelligence, because that is just splattered all over the internet these days, isn't it? But I have drawn pangolins before in the past for some stickers and things, so I actually had some references that I had saved years ago, which was pretty helpful. So I just went back to those little guys and drew them again. I haven't drawn pangolins or animals for a while. I've just been kind of drawing birds and things. And before that, I've been really into drawing like houses and buildings and little characters and things. So it did take me a little while. So the first little guy was cute, but not what I wanted. I wanted something a lot more stylized, a lot more cartoony. I was deep into Burbfest at this point. I did these maybe halfway through January. So I was already in my rhythm of like drawing really derpy animals, and I kind of wanted something a little bit more out there. So I decided to try and draw them with different colors, something that you wouldn't normally see a pangolin in. I chose this bright blue and I got to work. And while I was waiting for that to dry, I thought I would just do a little doodle, because sometimes a doodle helps me loosen up and try and find like the style a little bit better rather than going straight in with blocking out the shapes. And it actually really helped me. So I'm glad I did it. So I let this play in the background, and I'm basically just going to be drawing the pangolins in markers, and then I use a little bit of Neocolor and a little bit of pencil for the details like the claws and the eyes. So I'm not like breaking any world records of innovation in drawing. I'll just let that play in the background, and I'll tell you a little bit more about the pangolins and why I'm drawing them. So I was contacted late last year about a new campaign that the IAPWA was going to be running during February to April, I believe. And the IAPWA stands for International Aid for the Protection and Welfare of Animals. They're a little UK-based charity, and they basically help animals out. And the next campaign is going to be focused on pangolins, specifically the Philippine pangolin. So, as many of you probably know, pangolins are one of the most endangered animals in the world. They're hunted and they're trafficked and they're killed for their meat and their scales. And it's really sad because they're such beautiful little creatures. So, this campaign is really cool actually. When I was contacted, they were already doing a different campaign for like a different, I think it was just animals in general. It was called Art for Animals. This one is just for the pangolins. And what they do is they find artists, so the artists share some artwork about the animal. So in this case, the pangolin, and they pop that on different types of merch like t-shirts and mugs and things. And then the artist gets a small percentage of the profits. The rest of it, up to 80%, I believe, goes directly to the charity to help the animals. So they contacted me, and I love animals. I love drawing them. I think it's really cool to like try and do something to give back a little bit. I'm only a small business, so I don't have, I basically just I get money to spend on art materials and to get new products. I did it a little bit during my very first Inktober, where I was raising money for my first marathon for the the World Wide Web. No, the WWC, the World Wrestling Federation. No, that can't be right. Okay, I found it. It's the WWF. That was very confusing. I raised money for the WWF, and I basically did my first Inktober was called Endangered Inktober, and I drew endangered animals, and then I made that into a little zine, and all the profits from it went to raising money for the marathon that I was doing, because it was like the only way I could think of was to make art and to make a product to raise money rather than just asking people, because I don't really know many people. And it kind of helped. It did raise enough money, so that was pretty cool. So this is, I think, only the second time I've done something for charity with my art, and I'd really love to do more in the future where my business grows a little bit more and I can take the time to make products specifically for that. So this was a really awesome opportunity, and I'm really happy to be proud of it. I'm going to share the website at the end and show you the different artists and things just quickly. And I'll leave all the links below so you can find out more about the campaign, more about the charity, maybe grab yourself some merch from myself or from one of the other artists, and, you know, do a little good for the pangolins, which I think is really nice. So getting back to the art, I am on the second page now and I'm drawing the different colors. After I drew the blue one, I was super into it and I thought, what could go better than another pink and yellow pangolin? And I'd make like a little group of them, and just having one on its own didn't really feel right to me. I felt like they needed to be a little group, a little family. So I drew two out, one in kind of like a pink, peachy color, and then one in a really bright golden orange yellow. And I just picked the materials, like they picked the Neocolors and the pencils and stuff that would kind of match and go with it. I drew a couple of different poses for the pink one because I was thinking on if there was going to be like three of them, they'd have to be in different poses. I didn't know what poses would go with each other, so I drew out a couple, and then I drew out the yellow one twice because I didn't really like the shape of the first one, even though that's what one I ended up going with, because in the end it turned out pretty cute, I think. I basically went in and I did them all kind of monochrome, so all yellow, all pink. But then you'll also see I have these little dots of bright color. So these little dots of cyan or blue, and I pop those around. I used to do this a lot when I did digital work. So when I used to make stickers and things, I would always put little dots of bright color somewhere where it didn't belong. I don't know why, I just really love doing that, and I haven't done it for a while. So I gave that another go and I really liked it. I did actually touch this up digitally at the end, so they pop out a little bit more, because even though the Neo color is really thick and vibrant, it's not as vibrant as you can get in like Procreate, for example. So that's basically it. I don't really know what else to say. I really love the eyes in these pangolins. It's something that I've started to do with the burbs in January. I did it a couple of times where I basically did like the eye, and then the eyeball would go all the way from the top to the bottom rather than having any space. And it's kind of I was talking about this on stream the other week. It's kind of like the old time cartoons that were around in maybe the 40s. So like that game Happy Cup, I believe. And also if you guys have watched Grease, when they go to the movie theater and they have the cartoons playing at the start of the like those kind of cartoons, I really love those eyes. Just recently, in the past I haven't really been into them, but I've been really enjoying drawing them. I think they're super fun, so I went with that eye style. And then I didn't do any outline of the pangolin. I just tried to keep it like completely lineless, which is also something I've been really enjoying doing recently. It's something that I try to do during Burp Fest, and I'm also trying to do it in other like work that I'm doing just in my own projects. It's not always possible. Sometimes you do need to use more line than not, but I just really love the look of it. It feels more like, I don't know, less like a coloring in book than it used to when I used to do like a lot of outline. So yeah, just trying that out a little bit, just trying to switch it up. You got to do that now and again so you don't get bored. And I'm almost coming to the end of the page here, and then we're gonna take all of this, I scan it all in. So yeah, let's see the next phase. I got this new scanner a while ago, maybe like 2 or 3 months ago now. My old scanner broke. It was a Canon Light 220, which I'd had for years. So I got this new one, the Epson Perfection V392, and it works like a dream. You can get like 100,000 more millions of pixels than I could in my last scanner. So I scanned them all in, stitched them up. If you watch my last video, I actually go through the whole scanning process. So if you want to learn more about that, I'll pop the little link here so you can go see it. But I scanned it in, touched up the levels and everything, made them nice and crisp and clean, and then I cut everything up just to kind of see what I had. And you'll see I actually have extra tails there because I didn't know what tail I wanted, a straight one, a curvy one, one that showed the inside, the outside. So just to give me some options. And then I went through all of my favorites and I kind of picked out a nice little like composition here, and I ended up with this one. So the two standing at the side and then one little yellow guy in the middle. And here I am just swapping out that tail because I didn't really like the one that was like curving down. It just, the shape of that when I drew it, I didn't enjoy it. So that's the great thing about digital. You can switch things out just like you're changing your outfit, I guess. Wouldn't it be fun if pangolins did that in real life? Maybe. Like lizards, like losing their tail and then growing them back again, but in a different style. That'd be kind of fun. Anyway, we're in Procreate now. I also drew some little bees because the pangolins are looking at something and I wanted them to look at something rather than just stare into space. So I drew some little bees. I thought that'd be cute. I didn't know if I was allowed. I did ask when I sent them. I sent them the illustrations and I said, I drew some bees. I hope that's okay. Because I don't know why, but I'm just obsessed with like adding bees to things. They were fine with that. They thought it was quite cute. So I'm happy. And now I'm just trying to write out the little text. So if you go on the website, you'll see a lot of the text is like Save the Pangolins or something along those lines. But I just wanted something like a little cuter. I think that we can save the pangolins, but also have like a cuter little saying, you know? So I thought it was kind of cute that they were friends. They're hanging out with their bee buddies and they're the pangolin pals. And I love illustration. Who doesn't? So that's what I went for. And I think it's super cute. And now I'm just going in and touching everything out digitally. Basically, I'm touching up any kind of issues. So here, the bees or the eyes weren't looking at the bee properly. I normally always redraw my eyes digitally anyway, because the eye is like probably the thing that you're going to look at the first or you're going to focus on. I think it's just human nature or pangolin nature. So I always kind of try to tidy the eye up so it's nice and clean. And then I just kind of buzzed around the outside, touching up any problems, especially that tail that I added in. And I added some little grass, some little flowers. I have been obsessed with these flowers for a long time, maybe like 5 or 6 months now. I've been adding them to everything. They're so simple. They're literally the only flower I can draw. I've tried to draw other flowers. I can't. I don't know what these are. They're like daisies maybe or something, but they were super fun. I really love this color palette. And now I'm going in and I'm basically trying to figure out how to straighten the letters up, like how to make the letters spaced out. And I did it like the most archaic way by making this weird ruler, and then I didn't have enough lines and I got there in the end. It's okay. A little bit of moving around. I got there in the end. It's all done. I saved it. I sent it. And here we go. Pangolin pals. So that's the one of the designs. And then here are some of the merchandise. My absolute favorite is the mug. And then there's also a couple of t-shirt options and a couple of tote bag options. And here's the website. So you can find out more about the campaign. You can sign the petition. And you can also click on the different products to have a look at them. Or you can go to the shop here and you'll see the campaign and you'll see all the artists, so you can have a little browse of what everyone's done. So many cute pangolins in lots of different styles, which was really lovely to see. And mine is at the bottom there. So yeah, let me know what you think of the pangolins. Let me know if you're going to grab your own little pangolin merch. And I hope that you enjoyed that little process. So that's all for me. Have a lovely rest of your week and I will catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.